By the time I realized that, oh yeah, I do enjoy acting, so then it would be like, I wish I had the possibility of managing both. But no, because I had him. I mean, he just took over my life. So it was like my entire focus, my happiness was only having him with me.
There was this one time I bulked up really big, okay, and I had a flu cut for some reason. I don't know why. We went for some movie, and I was wearing a black t-shirt. I heard people say, "देखो भाग्यश्री आई अपने bodyguard के साथ." Suddenly there was an article that Abhimanyu has a hickey. Okay.
Yeah.
Mom has said it to me. Mom has said it to me.
They have actually said that. So I sent it to them saying, "अच्छा लंबाई का पता नहीं लॉकडाउन में लंबाई कैसे हो गया?"
And she was laughing.
Today, for the special Mother's Day series, Dear Mom, we have a mother and a son who are revolutionizing Indian cinema in their own way. Why do I say it? I'll not say it. I'll let them speak. So welcoming Abhimanyu Dassani with his mother, Bhagyashree, for conversation only on PINKVILLA. So what's up? Abhi, how have you been? How have you been, ma'am?
Excellent, really lovely, because I finally got hold of him. The lockdown has made him stay at home because he's been traveling non-stop, shooting for his various films last, I think, 5-6 months, right?
Yeah.
So, yes, so finally I've got him home.
So, how do you think you have changed over the years? You know, were you a very naughty kid? Were you planning mischief and hiding it from your mom?
I was I a naughty kid? Yeah, I was. But I balanced it well with studies, so there was not much to complain about. It was like, as long as he's getting the marks, right? But how have I changed? I've definitely become way more focused. I've become more centered, less jumpy.
He eats less.
I eat. I probably my whole day's food would be one meal in my childhood.
What?
Like I used to.
He could eat lunch twice.
Yeah.
You know, he would finish his lunch, wash his hands, and he could sit down and have another lunch.
I could.
Yeah, really.
After a full proper meal, I could have finished a dozen mangoes at a go.
Oh my goodness! Where did all of it go?
One time, it would be normal.
ये सब गया कहाँ? When did you start losing that weight and changing your lifestyle then?
When girls came into his life.
Yeah, it's true though. I had this crush when we passed out of school. In 11th grade, I was in IB, and over the summer I had a crush, and she was an athlete, so I had to become an athlete.
But
Yeah, he actually did. So he was in fact given the best athlete award from his school.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you know,
so it was a total turnaround.
But ma'am, there was a point of time that you became an overnight sensation. And it's a fact, you were considered a superstar after your film. I think even Salman sir agrees that you are a bigger star than him after Maine Pyar Kiya release. You left it and you chose family over films. Was it a tough call back then?
Yes and no. A tough call because by the time I realized that, oh yeah, I do enjoy acting. So then it would be like, I wish I had the possibility of managing both. But no, because I had him. I mean, he just took over my life. So it was like my entire focus, my happiness was only having him with me. So no, at that point of time, no, it wasn't a tough call at all. I mean, all that I wanted to do was spend time.
Is there a plan to make a full-on comeback?
Yes, of course. I mean, I'm looking to book scripts right now. I'm reading a couple of scripts, and like I said, I've already started working.
I've been convincing her for the past 2 years. After I signed Mud, I said, Mom, let this film come out. I need you to get back into making movies, having fun, enjoying yourself while acting. I've been telling her since I started shooting for Mud. So I'm glad she's on the same page now. And yeah, definitely now the world has opened up so much. The films, the kind
True.
of roles, the characters that are being written. It'll be amazing to see her back in action. Yeah, for sure.
There are
I
two
think
films.
also when they were younger, they wanted their mom to be with them most of the time. Now that he's gotten into films and he's got the taste of actually working on set and he knows how he feels. So obviously it's like, oh, mom missed out on all this, let me get her back. So yeah, there is that kind of feeling.
But you know how instrumental was he in getting you back? Like, how did he somewhere influence your decision in coming back?
Honestly, I think it was my daughter who started it. And soon after, of course, the siblings no longer fought. So they are much more closer. And they had this discussion amongst themselves. And they said, oh, we have to force mom to get back into working again. So, yeah, it was mooted by my daughter. And then he supported and he said, no, now you have to take off time. You have to do what you like the most. So, yeah.
So, what are the two films that you've signed? Like, when can we see you back on screen?
Well, one of them is with Prabhas. The film's name hasn't yet been announced, but I've started shooting for it. In fact, just before the lockdown, I was in Georgia shooting for the film. It's a very, very interesting role, very different from what I've done. And it required a complete different skill set that I had to learn. So that was very interesting for me because it became challenging to, kind of perform that. And the second film, I started shooting for it, but I will have to wait for the producers to announce.
When he decided that he will become an actor, who was the first one he confided in? And what was your first reaction when he told you? Of
Are you
course.
sure? She was like, "Are you sure? This is what you want to go into?"
See, he was excellent at his studies, and he was studying finance, and he's so good with numbers that he doesn't really need the calculator. So when we want to make any calculation, we ask him, and he's gonna. That's how it is. So he's so good at it. So I said, "But you, why you're so good at your education? You're so good at studies. Why do you want to get into this? Because it does take a lot of hard work. It does take a lot of sacrifices to reach where you want to reach, and especially now where the competition is so high. And also, it's a world audience. With Netflix and all the other medium coming up, even our basic Hindi audience is used to so much more. So unless you're really good and really prepared, you're not going to make your mark. So at that point of time, a couple of years ago, I was like, really, really, you want to do this?
How did you convince her? Yeah.
For a few years, I felt very bad. I was like, yeah, the one supporting me, my own house doesn't want me to be an actor, But now when I look back, I realize I worked much harder to prove them wrong than I would have if they supported me, number one. Number two, and I can realize why they were telling me not to get into this line, because there's so much anxiety, so much uncertainty. You're constantly facing rejections on a daily basis, and to have that mental stability and that zen mode to also have a thick skin and go on day in, day out with it, it's a different ballgame altogether. And if I have a loved one who wants to get into the industry, I'll also ask them to think twice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like the amount of auditions that he gave before he got his first film, it takes a lot of tenacity to survive that, for being out there, giving it your best without having any guarantee whether it's going to work for you. So, it's a tough call.
Not many people who don't know him know this. People think he's a star kid, and I think that's the usual thing. But he actually worked his way. Like you said, he's given auditions. He worked as an AD. At any given point, did you feel that he was trying to make it on his own, which is great? But did you feel that I wish I could come and help him or chip in and help him? Also, with the nepotism debate today, are you proud of what he has made for himself?
I remember her telling me a line back in the day. She said, if they put you on a pedestal, they can take you off. So it's always better to stand in your own 2 feet. But rest I'll ask her to make it. I assisted Lohan Sippy actually. Vasant sir, I worked with during the film, but I assisted Lohan Sippy for the film.
Okay.
So, what I feel is with all the hard work that he was putting in, he I felt that the sweetness, the savoring, the success comes when it's your own sweat and blood, you know, rather than me pushing him to do something or making a call or trying to make things work for him. And since it was something that he wanted to do himself, I thought that the journey, if he accomplishes the journey by himself, he
Yeah,
will feel so much more prouder of himself, and he would he would respect the success. It
true,
would make sure that he doesn't take things for granted. He makes sure that he enjoys the success so much more.
true.
So yes, as a mother, you do feel that अच्छा बच्चा इतना इतनी तकलीफ से जा रहा है. I should, but then it was always a barrier in my mind that I don't want that to happen, and someone taking away his hard work, saying
True.
that that happened because of that phone call. It wouldn't be right with the amount of hard work that he was putting.
I want to know what was your first reaction when you watched the film? Are you his harshest critic?
You asked him what my reaction was.
She hasn't seen the movie. She's only
What?
seen her son. She's only. I'm like, mom. Like, I'm telling. In the sense, she hasn't seen the movie. She's only seen Abhimanyu.
When I was watching the film, I was just watching him.
I'm like, mom, what's the movie? But you know how mothers are like. Couldn't stop the tears right after the film, and I was hugging up for like 10 minutes. The first time she ever saw it was at the premiere.
And when actually we went into the theatre together, and there were other people that he had invited from the film fraternity, and before I went in, he warned me, Mom, just control your emotions. You're not going to scream, shout, or clap, because that's the way I was in school when he would win any award and I would be first. I would like not bother about other parents coming and sitting around. I would be in their face, clicking out photographs. And he said, Mom, you know what? You're an artist yourself and you have to behave. You cannot do all this. And so when he came on screen, and I was like, Abhimanyu, can I clap? Abhimanyu, can I laugh? So it was all
So I
right.
made her sit and I went outside. No, I can't.
How many times have you heard that oh, you guys don't look like mother and son?
I have to tell you this. There was this one time I bulked up really big, okay, and I had a crew cut for some reason. I don't know why. We went for some movie, and I was wearing a black t-shirt. I heard people say, "देखो भाग्यश्री आई अपने bodyguard के साथ."
And on that note, we will move on to our next segment, which is called Up Close and Personal, where we will talk about the girls in his life and your opinions on them.
Tread carefully. Mom is looking for a bahu right now.
Yeah.
That topic has started in my house. It's a breakfast conversation now. So let's tread carefully.
No, I know that because we have been, see, I have also been pulling his leg for the longest time, like longest time. So yeah, I will start off saying that, let me start from basics. Do you guys share a very friendly relationship where he has always walked up to you and had the ease and comfort to share anything?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, his first girlfriend's birthday gifts were all bought by me. So, yeah.
So, was there any particular prototype ki aapko aisi ladki pasand hai? You know, they say that a son always looks for somebody like the mother in the girl that he wants to date. Has that happened with you?
No, I have basically said that basic manners have to be there, a basic courtesy that has to be there when you meet anybody. So there are certain girls who had come home once or twice, but they didn't know how to say hello to a uncle, auntie, you know, how they normally say. So it's like,
I have no clue what she's talking about.
I said
I
like,
have no clue.
yeah, but I don't know whether they were friends or girlfriends. Okay, that I have to say.
They just, I don't know who she's talking about, but in defense of whoever this is, they were probably mesmerized by mom, and they were very shy because suddenly Bhagyashree has come. You know, the actress, the star. So,
but aisa kabhi hua hai when you were going through like a breakup or heartbreak, Did he come up to you, walk up to you, and seek advice? Did you notice that he's a very emotional person? That so is
Yes, of
there.
course, when he was going through heartbreak, uh, of course you come to know, and uh, he kind of withdraws into a shell, and otherwise he's smiling and laughing and joking all the time, and he just goes like he just clams up. So yeah, you do come to know, but then he's also a person now, I not earlier, but of recent, someone who doesn't like to converse too much about it. So he would just say
Those
like,
things
no,
I like to
it's
like.
yeah,
Those things I like to keep private. One, and two, like when you said there's a breakup or whatever, that kind of that energy that is there is most of the times a lot of negative energy. I try
True.
and focus that, analyze that into my work. So I start working way harder during a breakup than otherwise.
Would you be okay with somebody who's an actress in his life? And are you comfortable dating an actress?
see, I just feel like I would, and acting is a profession, so I don't think that should be an issue. I also feel that someone from this profession would understand his profession also, which would make it easier. But at the same time, you can't have two people looking into the mirror at the same time. So he has to finally understand, if he is going to look into the mirror and go,
I mean, dating
someone
in
else has to be looking at him like this.
But also we have been talking about how शादी की बात बार बार होती है घर पे. तो ये मतलब how much do you want him to get married?
How much
Do you want him to get married now?
do I want him to get married now? No, I think that's completely his decision. Though, मैं शुरू करूं?
see, she's all.
But he has
No,
been telling.
it has to. It will happen when it has to, and I don't feel it's right to pressurize anyone because it's the time or because the family wants to enjoy an occasion. No, I feel every person knows when they are inherently ready for um, spending time and spending their life with another person, because when you get married, you have to be responsible for each other's lives and each other's happiness and each other's tears. So unless you feel that you're in that position, I don't feel anyone else should kind of push.
Does it affect you when you read such comments? If you have come across that, you've come across trolls. Does it bother you?
The funniest thing, this has just happened. There was, so I just posted on Instagram a video like sharing my sentiments and supporting the doctors, the nurses, the police, and telling everyone to stay at home. And so every time I shave, I cut myself. Okay, it's patent. I do it every single time. Suddenly there was an article that Abhimanyu has a hickey. Okay,
Yeah.
Mom has sent it to me. Mom has sent it to me.
They have actually said that. So I sent it to them saying, "अच्छा लंबाई का पता नहीं lockdown में लंबाई कैसे हो गया?"
And she was laughing because she knows, she sees me every week come out with like cuts while I'm shaving and is bleeding from here and here.
But it was still lovely having you, and it didn't take too much to convince either of you to do it. So thank you for doing this,
Thank you.
Thank
and
you so much.
lots of love.
We had really fun.
See you.
Thank you so much.